Hi, and thank you for being here. My name is Demian. I'm going to guide you through a 45-minute hip opening yoga sequence. All you'll need today is your mat. We're not going to use any props. Whenever you're ready, we're going to get started laying down on your back. And just take a moment to settle in. Check in with your breathing, pet your dog if you have a dog. So we're going to place one hand on your stomach, other hand over your chest, close your eyes, and we're going to take a few deep breaths in and out here. As you breathe in, feel your stomach rise. Now you can allow your eyes to open, bring your palms to face up, make sure you have a 2-fist distance between your knees, and press through your feet to lift your hips up on an inhale. And now as you exhale, just slowly let your hips touch the ground, and then bring them right back up for hip raises. You want to find your own tempo here, and also challenge yourself to lift your hips up a little bit higher towards the top to really stretch out the front of the hips and strengthen the back of your hips. Okay, your next time up, we're just going to hold. You can use your hands to grab the side of the hips, take a few deep breaths in and out. Any movement here is fine. And nice and slowly bring your hips down. Now go ahead and straighten out your left leg. Flex at the foot on your left foot and keep the left leg straight, and we're going to do straight leg raises. 5 times, just coming up and down. Now grab a hold of your left leg, reaching for your hamstring, and do your best to straighten out through the knee completely. And now from here, we're just going to point and flex your ankle. Do that about 10 times. Make sure the breath is coming in and out naturally and easily. Now you can go ahead and bend at your left leg, take it down, and switch sides. 5 times on your right side, straight leg raises. Doing your best to keep your toes pulled back and your leg completely straight. You can breathe down on the way up. Now go ahead and grab behind the leg, and 10 times we're just pointing and flexing your ankle. Very good. And lower down. Bring both feet together and both knees together. And now allow both knees to open out into the frog position. Take a moment here to get settled, and then interlace your hands back behind your head with your elbows open, and we're going to do 15 frog abdominal crunches. Your goal here is to lift your head and shoulder blades off of the mat while you flatten your lower back onto the mat without tucking your chin. So you're going to be looking straight up towards your ceiling and breathing out. If you notice I'm really breathing out through the mouth, I want you to do the same thing, audible exhales. Last one, up and hold. And take it down nice and slow. Now go ahead and close the legs back to your hook line position. Take your left foot and place it over top your right leg. Flex at your left foot, and now push your left knee out away from the body. You should feel that in the outside of your left hip. Now with your palms facing up, lift your right leg up off of the ground until the right knee is directly above the right hip. Keep your stomach, shoulders, and face relaxed, and keep breathing in and out here. One more deep breath in, and slow exhale. Nice and slowly lower down and change sides. Make sure you're flexing at the foot and pushing the knee out away from the body, feeling the sensation in your hip before you lift up. As you lift, make sure your stomach, shoulders, and face relax. So all that's working here is your hips and your legs. One more deep breath in, and slow exhale. Go ahead, drop down, and now lift both knees up. Give yourself a little bit of a squeeze, holding onto your shin bones. Take a deep breath in, and as you exhale, just squeeze a little bit tighter. Decompressing the spine. Now from here, place your hands down, straighten out your legs. Have your legs come back a little bit into a mini plow position. And then release your plow to roll up into a seated position. Now from seated, we're just going to take a moment here to find center so that your tailbone is the heaviest point. Both legs are about a 2 fist distance apart, and we're going to be pulling both toes back towards you and working the back of your knees towards the ground. Find a nice tall seated position here, so that there's a little bit of an arch in your lower back. Your chest is lifted nice and high, your shoulder blades are back, and your chin is slightly tucked. Start to check in with your breathing, allowing the breath to come down to your stomach. And now we're going to warm up the fingers and hands. So starting 10 times, both palms in front, I just want you to open and close the fingers. And when they open, have them spread apart, nice and wide. Now bring your forearms together, interlace your fingers, and just have your wrists go side to side. And this whole time you're also still working on your breathing and your nice tall seated posture. Very good. Now we're going to bend at both knees. Have a 2 fist distance between your knees with your feet facing straight ahead. Have your hands go back behind your hips with your fingers also facing straight ahead. And now lift your hips up into a reverse table position. We're going to hold it here for about 10 seconds. Chin can be slightly tucked or head can be back. Find whatever feels most comfortable for your head and neck. About 5 more seconds. See if you can lift the hips up a little bit higher. And nice and slow, lower the hips down. Scoot your hips back. Straighten your legs out. Reach your arms up. Take a deep breath in. And now as you exhale, reach your arms forward. Let gravity do the work. Allow your head to relax down into your forward fold. Breathe in, roll up. Now turn to your left side. Place your left hand down and completely straighten out your left leg. Your right leg's going to be bent and it's going to be behind. And now just go ahead and lift your hips up into a modified side plank. And just really reach and extend, hips up nice and high for 3, 2, and 1. And slowly lower the hips down. Turn over to your opposite side, towards your right. Straighten out your right leg completely. Your shoulder should be right over your palm. And now go ahead and reach your hips up as you lift up through your palm. Either look straight ahead or up. For 3, 2, and 1. Nice and slowly lower down. And now take both legs and widen them out to about 80% of how wide you can go. Bring your palms back behind you. And now pull your toes back and try to work the back of your knees towards the ground. That's going to engage your quadriceps, so the front of your thighs should really be getting strengthened here as your hamstrings are being stretched. Now what we're going to do is femur rotation. So I want you to think about moving from your thigh bone out a little bit to externally rotate, and in a little bit to internally rotate. And we're going to do that 9 more times. Rotate out, and in, out, and in. And you should be feeling the sensation here alongside the side and the front of your hips. Good, and now find neutral. So find where your leg is facing just straight ahead, not rotated out or in. Release your hands and just allow your hands to drop down, allow gravity to do the work, and just take a few deep breaths in a forward folded straddle position. And breathe in and come up. Walk your legs in. Bend at both legs. And now we're going to do swivel hips. So with both hands behind you, we're going to allow both legs to drop first to your left. One knee should meet the inside of the other leg. And now frame your left knee. With your hands, do a mini push-up until you feel the stretch here in your left hip. And now come up. Swivel your hips over to your right. Frame your right foot and do a mini push-up until you feel the stretch in your right hip. Breathe out and breathe in. And now you want to feel the sensation here in your hips. Find the movement that feels good for you, the pace that feels good for you, and just keep going side to side. Make sure you're really working your exhale breath as you lower down. And now come up and find center. Bring both feet together into a butterfly position. Bring your hands towards your feet. And now using the strength of your hips, this stretch is always really difficult for me, so it's one where you really use the strength of your hips to press your knees a little bit lower to the ground than they are. And now keep your chest up and just work a few deep breaths here. Now close through your legs. Bring your hands back behind you, and we're going to walk up into a deep yogi squat. So here, your starting position is you're bringing your knees forward so that they come right over your heels, making sure that you have that alignment. Now from this position, you can start with reaching one hand, bringing that hand down, and reaching the other hand. Making sure you're really pressing your knees out, which is opening up through your hips. And now, if it's available to you, we're going to bring both hands forward, bring the elbows to the inside of the knees, palms face each other, chest stays lifted, and a few deep breaths in your deep yogi squat. Okay, next we're going to meet on all fours. You can place your hands down, step your legs back, and now find your tabletop position. So for your tabletop, you want to have a 2-fist distance between your knees, and you want the heel of your palm to be directly under your shoulders. Now go ahead and spread your fingers nice and wide, and start with using your hips to lift up your tail. Sink your stomach down, lift your head up, and breathe in for cow. And now tuck your tail, pull your belly button up towards your spine, push through the ground, and drop your head down for your cat. Now you can close your eyes, or keep them open, and follow the pace that works best for you. You're really following the length of your breath. And just flowing from one position to the other. Good. Now meet in the middle. So your spine is nice and neutral, and now we're going to go into fire hydrant lift. So start with lifting your left leg and lift up the heel and knee so that they're in alignment with each other. Hover, down, and switch. We're going to do 5 times on each side. Really check in to make sure you're not just lifting the knee, but you're also lifting your foot up to be in line with your knee. Very good. Now bring both feet together. Walk your knees to the outside of your mat and move your hips all the way back towards your heels as you lower down into a child's pose. So just take a few deep breaths. Breathe in, come back up to tabletop. Walk your hands 1 hand's length forward. And now get yourself into an assisted plank position. Slowly lower your hips down as you lift your head up. Push through your shoulders and only go as low as feels good for you. Make sure you're not moving into any pain as you go into your cobra stretch. Take a few deep breaths in and out. You can also mobilize your neck here by looking left and right or up and down. Now look to your center, tuck your toes, bring yourself back to table, and then bring yourself up and back into your first down dog. For down dog, you want to make sure that your feet are facing straight ahead. You're pushing yourself into an upside down V shape. So you want the weight to be on the heel of your palms, and you want to be pushing yourself back as much as you can. You're pedaling out your feet, walking your dog, one knee bends while the other one straightens. Now breathe in and lift your left leg up nice and high. As you exhale, open through the hip, bending at the knee. Scorpion-like position. And then bring that left leg down. And now do the same thing on your right leg. Breathe in, lift it up, nice and high. And exhale, open it to the side. Now meet back in your down dog. Take a look in between your hands, and we're going to do a nice slow walk up. Pretend like you're on 2 train tracks so that your feet are facing straight ahead. Keep your knees a little bit soft and bent. And just take your time. Meet in a forward fold position with your knees bent and your head relaxed. And now we're going to go to ragdoll. So place your crooks of your pinkies into your elbows. Relax your head and see if you can release all of the tension from your shoulders, neck, and head. Release your hands. Now lift up to a halfway lift. Lift your head first, then your chest. Allow your arms to slide up your legs, either below or above your knees. Take a deep breath in, bring your hands towards your heart. Shift your weight back onto your heels and lower down into a chair. Reach your arms forward, squeeze your glutes, keep your chest up. Take a deep breath in. Exhale. One more deep breath in. As you exhale, forward fold and sweep your arms back behind you. Airplane arms, spread through your fingers. As you inhale, sweep your arms in front of you. Come all the way up into standing. Exhale down. Now root through your feet. Make sure your feet are facing straight ahead. Your chest is lifted. And just take a moment to stand in your mountain pose. Turn your palms so that they face out. Take a deep breath in. And exhale. One more deep breath in and reach your arms up. And now as you exhale, forward fold. Bend your knees slightly. Keep the palms up. Reach your hands down. Step back into a plank position. Now for your plank, we want to have a high plank, so we don't want the stomach sagging. We want to lift the belly up and pull your stomach up. Engage through your abdomen, and if you had a tail, you would be tucking your tail under. Drive your heels back towards the back of your mat. Engage your quadriceps. Take a deep breath in. Slow exhale. One more deep breath in. Slow exhale, lower your knees. Now we're going to do a chaturanga, so nice and slowly, keeping your elbows close to your body. We're going to bend the arms with control, having the abs engaged. Bring your body down, and now breathe in, lift up to a baby cobra. Exhale down. Now if it feels good for you, lift up to a full cobra. Inhale. Exhale, take it back to a child's pose. Knees out wide. Child's pose is going to meet in the table position, and then we're going to get ourselves into the cow position, tailbone lifted. Now tuck your toes, lift your knees to hover, and push your hips all the way back into a child's pose, into a down dog. And from your down dog, again, pushing back towards the back of your mat, pedaling out your feet, making sure the weight is towards the heel of your palms. Fingers are spread. And now some leg raises. So start with your left leg, take it up high. And now, option here is to do circles. You can do mini circles with your hip. Or you can just do pulses. Or you can just open to your scorpion-like position. And the same thing here on your opposite side. Find what feels good for you. It can either be just lifting, circling, or opening, and meet in your down dog. Now from your down dog, you can walk back up, or you can choose to do a mini hop. If you want to do a mini hop, you're going to bend at both knees, push your hips back, and now just try to land light with your feet towards the front of your mat. Meet in that forward fold with both knees back, head drops down, breathe in, halfway lift. Bring your hands towards your heart, sit your weight back into your heels, reach your hands forward for your chair, and now we're going to pulse the chair. So breathe in up a little bit, breathe out down a little bit. And a few more times. Make sure your knees are staying in alignment over your second and third toes, and you want to be breathing here. Now, forward fold, bring your hands all the way back, breathe in, reach your hands all the way up, and now for balance, just raise up through your heels, and lower down, lower your hands down, cross your hands to make like an X, and now as your hands open, one leg is going to open to the side. Now bring your hands together and your leg in. I know it's a lot of coordination. And open your hands, open your other leg to the side. And now just find a rhythm that works good for you as you work your side leg raises. Really focusing on balance and control. Making sure you're breathing with your movement. Very good. Now find center with both feet facing straight ahead towards the front of your mat. Breathe in, reach your palms up. As you exhale, slow forward fold, keeping your hands reaching nice and high. Bring your hands down, and now step your left leg back into a low lunge position. Hands should be on either side of your right leg. Now just make sure that your right knee is in alignment with your second and third toe, and with your left leg, keep the heel driven back and the quadricep engaged. Now you can either stay here or lift up to fingertips. You can either stay at fingertips or you can progress to airplaning your arms. Now you're just on your legs. The final variation is going to be all the way up, sweeping the hands up into a crescent lunge. Here you should be checking out your right leg. The knee should be directly over the heel. And on your left leg, the heel should not be touching the ground. And it should just be driving back. You're getting a deep stretch in your left hip as you're reaching your arms up, or you can choose to keep your hands down for balance, just holding onto your front thigh. One more deep breath in. Slow breath out. Forward fold. Frame your front foot. And now step back to a plank. Deep breath in. Exhale. Lower the knees. Nice and slow. Chaturanga. Pass through your entire vinyasa, which is going to be cobra, down dog, then meet in a forward fold. Breathe in, halfway lift. Bring your hands to your heart, weight on your heels, lower to your chair, reach through your arms. Deep breath in, exhale, forward fold. Sweep your hands back. Breathe in, reach your arms up. Lift your heels to balance. Lower your heels down. Slow forward fold. Now step your right leg back. Make sure you have an alignment with your left knee in between your second and third toe, and keep that back heel driving all the way back with the quadricep engaged. Now, option to stay here or lift the fingertips. Option to stay at fingertips or reach your hands back. Crown of the head reaching forward. And the final variation all the way up into your crescent lunge. Either bringing your hands overhead or holding your hands on your front thigh. Make sure you still have that alignment on your front leg. The knee is right over the heel. Deep breaths in and out. One more big breath in. As you exhale, nice and slow, forward fold. Frame your front foot. Step back to plank. Now you can do your vinyasa, which is your chaturanga, or you can choose to skip it. So I'm going to go ahead and do it. Drop the knees down. Yoga push-up, elbows in. Lift up the cobra. Tuck the toes. Push back into your downward facing dog. From down dog, you can choose to step, or you can do a mini hop to get towards the front of your mat. Breathe in, halfway lift. Hands to your heart. Exhale into your chair. Reach the hands forward. Forward fold, airplane your arms. Breathe in, reach your arms up overhead, and raise up through your heels. Lower down to your heels, nice and slowly. Open the hands out to the side. Bring them down. Bring your hands towards your chest. See if you can feel your heart beating. Tune back into your breathing. Lower your palms down and step the long ways on your mat. From here, we want to have both feet facing straight ahead to start. Breathe in and reach your palms up into a star. Tilt your pinky fingers up towards the ceiling to strengthen through your rotator cuffs. As you exhale, lower down into your goddess squat. Both knees are going to open, elbows are going to bend into scarecrow position with the wrist right above the elbow. Sit your weight back onto your heels a little bit and see if you can scoop your tailbone under. And now deep breath in and exhale, close at the arms. Breathe in, open. Exhale, close. Breathe in, open. And exhale, close. Breathe in, open. Place your hands down. Straighten out through your legs. And now turn your left foot out. Now bend into your left knee until the knee is directly above the heel. And on your right leg, make sure the weight is on the heel with the quadricep engaged and open up into your warrior two. Look past your left hand. Stretch fingertip to fingertip. Now straighten out through your left leg and lower down into your triangle. I like to keep a mini knee bend, a micro bend, just so I feel like I'm not overstretching. Top hand should be reaching up nice and high. Work on your breathing. Now pass through warrior two. So bend through that front leg, come up into your warrior two, and then to reverse warrior. You can bind your back hand behind the back, or touch it along the thigh. Reverse warrior, back to warrior two, and now switch sides. So now we're going to be in a warrior two, facing your right side. Making sure that your knee is in alignment, right over the heel. Stretch fingertip to fingertip and look past your right fingers. On your back leg, to your left leg, you should have the weight more onto your heel. And make sure that that leg is really engaged and straight. Now straighten out through your front leg and slowly lower down into your triangle. Pass through your warrior two to get out of your triangle. And then come all the way up and back into your reverse warrior. Back to your warrior two. Straighten out your front leg. Turn the toes in. And a forward fold into the halfway lifted position. So with both feet facing straight, both legs straight, just go ahead and forward fold halfway. Now place your hands down onto the ground and allow your head and shoulders to drop and round down. Shift your weight back onto your heels a little bit more, shifting your weight back. Walk your hands over to your right. Try to keep the weight even still from foot to foot. Walk your hands over to the left. Walk your hands back to the center, micro knee bend as you curl your spine all the way up, and now heel, toe, heel, toe, heel, toe, heel, toe, all the way forward. Step towards the front of your mat. Make sure your feet are facing straight ahead. Take a deep breath in. Exhale, forward fold. Step back into your final plank. High plank, so your abs are nice and engaged, your heels are driving back. Lower down to all fours. And now step your left leg through into a pigeon stretch. Here in your pigeon, you want to be feeling the stretch in the outside of your left hip. Do your best to get your left hip down onto the ground, but if it has to lift up, that's also fine. Allow your body to rest and surrender. Your back leg can be straight or it can be micro bent. Breathe in, slowly start to come up. We're going to reverse your pigeon stretch. So with your left leg, take it back to all fours. Open the leg up and out to the side. Bend the knee if you like. Then place that leg down. And now your right leg, just go ahead and step it through. And slide yourself into your pigeon stretch. See where you can release any tension through your breathing. Make your exhales nice and long. Move really slowly to come out. Lift yourself up and reverse your pigeon stretch. Scoot yourself to the side and sweep your legs in front of you. Bring yourself forward towards the front of your mat. And we're slowly going to roll back onto your back. So just use your hands, tuck your chin and engage your abdomen. Try to have your head be the last thing to land. Return to your breathing. One final happy baby stretch. We're going to lift both legs up. Reach your hand to the inside of your legs and the outside of your feet. Try to have your spine flat on the ground. As you exhale, you can squeeze a little bit, pulling your knees down. As you inhale, relax. You can also straighten one leg out as the other one bends. Switching. Now bring both legs towards each other. Give yourself a hug. One final deep breath in. As you exhale, squeeze. Now release your legs. Allow your palms to face up. Close your eyes. And surrender to your Savasana. This is your resting position where you absorb the benefits of today's practice. Slowly start to wiggle your toes. Open, close your hands. Move your head left and right. Take one final yawn. Point your toes, reach your hands up. Exhale. Bend your knees. Roll over to your right. Slowly push up to seated. The truth and the light in me honors the truth and the light in you. Thank you very much for joining me in today's practice. Namaste.